What is up, everyone? My name is Adam Reed from Reedical Media. Thank you for joining me today. It's a beautiful day outside, but I'm going to stay inside and give you guys a tutorial, so I'm a bit of a nerd. Anyway, here are my 5 top tips to help you edit faster in Adobe Premiere. Tip number 1. Now this is the simplest one that should go without saying, but I feel like it needs to be said because some people still don't know some shortcuts in here. I just realized I haven't actually said what it is. Keyboard shortcuts. That is tip number 1. Learning keyboard shortcuts and just general shortcuts inside Premiere Pro will help you get that video done a hell of a lot faster. There is an abundance of them. You always find new ones, but these are the ones that I found that help the most. So let's go over to Premiere Pro. As you can see here, I have a blank slate. This is some footage from a video that I've made with my friend Bailey. Well, it's not made yet. It's going to be in the process of making. So stay tuned on the channel if you want to watch this. It's going to be pretty interesting. It's not just a normal car edit, it's a bit of a story. But say I've got this clip up here, and that's actually not a very good one. Let's go this one. Yeah, alright. So I got this clip here of Bailey's car. Alright. Most people, you just in, and then because you might be editing to music, you're gonna unlink them, which mine, I've set it so they'll always come in unlinked, but when you don't have that set, it's gonna be linked, so then you have to go up, click unlink, come down, delete the audio, and that's just a massive time waster. Why not head down here, and then you can just grab the video only, or you can just grab the audio only, and they're in 2 separate files, and it's much faster for when you're editing stuff to music. So if you're creating an edit of some sorts, yeah, and that's just those 2 little ones there. And then sticking with the theme of choosing your clip and bringing it in, there's 2 keyboard shortcuts which are insanely helpful. You've got these 2 things here. It's called mark in and mark out, and it actually says the keyboard shortcuts there, but I still see some people going, yeah, mark in, head to here, and then I'll mark out. Like, no, don't do that, don't do that. Just over here, click I for in, head to where you want the clip to end, hit O for out, and then drag that bad boy in, and you are done. See, there we go, we've got a nice little focus pull there. That's the first one, and obviously, do I really have to tell you guys Control Z, Command Z, whatever? I'm on PC, by the way, so I'll be saying Control. Control Z gets rid of stuff, Control Shift Z gets your stuff back, but surely you know that by now. I like to do lots of ramp ups, going from a normal paced clip to a super fast clip, and it's really cool, or the other way around, fast to slow, and it's really nice, but there's lots of ways of going about that, and it takes a long time. The fastest way is if you hold down R. Or you don't have to hold it down, you just press it and you get this little symbol here. Now what this does, this just changes, say if I want this focus pull to be a bit faster, alright, so we'll end it there. Oh yep, for the cutting tool, press C, go straight to the cutting tool. Never use any buttons, where even are these buttons? I don't even know that. Oh, these. Never use these buttons, there are shortcuts for all of them. C is for cut. You can cut that, or you can press Command K, but remember that it will cut every single layer unless you have it locked. Anyway. So I've got this first bit, I want this to be faster. I click R, grab this, drag it down to I don't know about there, and then look at this, much faster. There you go, it's already sped up, and you didn't even press any buttons, you just clicked R and dragged it down. And then if you just bring that down there, it zooms in real quick, and then it just merges straight into that, and it's real nice. Oh, and the in and the out. The in and the out also works for on the timeline, if you want to render into out or something like that. Like, in and out, use them all the time. Control Z, Control Shift Z all the time, and the speed change all the time. The speed change one people don't really know about. The other one should go without saying. Tip number 2. Now, this one, it's not really Premiere related. It's just sort of like telling you what not to do because I am guilty of doing this. I've done it many times, but the tip is don't continuously rewatch what you've already made. Now that might sound stupid, but you just spent hours and you've been creating this sick edit. For me, it'd be a car edit. I've created a sick car edit, right? And it's like a minute in, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna show friends this. I click render into or out in full quality, and I can watch the preview in full quality. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And I just keep rewatching and rewatching and rewatching. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be a good edit. Then you get to the point and you're like, I've spent a couple of hours watching this and just fiddling around with like the tiniest little details that no one else would pick out. It's only because you've seen it that many times. And then think of the time, like that's a minute. Say if you watch that 5 times, that's 5 minutes. but then you're watching each time, you're looking for little errors, then that's a lot more time, but little errors that don't need to be fixed because no one cares. And then also, because you've watched this so much, it becomes your baby, right? It's this little precious thing that you have that you don't want to fuck up. And you become scared to finish that edit because you're like, but what if I do other stuff and it makes this worse? And I know it sounds dumb, but it does happen. You refuse to do it because you're like, nah, it's already good, I don't want to ruin it. But it's a weird tip, trust me, it's a good one. Tip number 3, it's going to be a debatable one for some people, but for me, it is a definite, and it is use presets. There is this one guy who creates some amazing Adobe Premiere presets, and the majority of them are for free. His name is Chung Dha. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description, and his website. You need to go there and check out his work. It is amazing. Let me show you some of the effects. So if we head into Premiere here, if I just grab a clip, let's go this one. Yeah, that's good enough, nice and rough. Say if we want a spin transition, right? If you tried to do that manually, it would take around about 10 minutes or so, or it could take you about 10 seconds. Anyway, it's really simple how you use them. You hold down shift and click the arrow key, it brings back 5 frames, do that twice, and then do it on the other side. Cut them, go to your effects, grab, now these effects here you have to pay for, but these are like the $5 ones. So say if we wanted, I don't know, rolling. Say if we wanted clockwise in, we put it on the clip that is going in, and look at that, it's already like, bang, whoa, look at that. I didn't even do anything, I just dragged it in. How sick is that? And you just put in out on the other side. What? Now this one actually requires a little bit of an extra thing, so hold on just a second. This, now we have a spin transition, just like that. It's simple as that, 10 seconds. Utilize presets. It may be looked down upon, but when you see the results and the amount of time that you save, who really cares? Now on to tip number 4. Now as you can see in Premiere, this project here is so unorganized. I've just thrown clips in, I don't know where the hell they are, they were shot on different days. You can work like this, I've done it a couple of times, but it's so hard to find the clips that you need. Now, what I'm going to tell you about today is actually bins. You see those groups here, there's some in Bailey's room and then goes to his car, right? So if we click this one down here, that creates a bin. Scroll all the way back up, we'll rename this, I don't know, Bailey's room. Right, so then if you select the first one, go down, hold down shift, click it, it selects all of them, drag that back up and drag them into Bailey's room. There we go. And now as you can see, when you double click on this, it comes up in a separate bar. So this is especially good if you have multiple screens, because you can just have all your other clips organized on your separate screen. And then see, these are all Bailey's room. And you get the point, right? Now if I'm like, oh, I want a shot from the country, bang, got all the shots from the country. If I want a shot from the bush, bang, they're right there. It's so much more organized in this, especially if you have multiple cameras on the go. You need a folder for drones, folder for GoPros, folder for DSLRs, anything like that. You need to organize your footage, and it makes it so much quicker to find what you want and then smash out that video, and you'll just be like, oh, made this video in half the time because I knew where all the clips are. It also helps if you filmed it yourself, because you know like when you filmed what clip. But once you get around like 100 videos, 100, 200 videos, you just can't do it. You need to organize your footage. Now tip number 5, it's not a mind-blowing tip, but it's a tip that lots of people forget about. I forget about this sometimes as well, and sometimes you just head out and you start filming, and then you bring it back in, and then you have no idea what you're doing. So tip number 5, yeah. Tip number 5 is have a rough idea of how you want to structure things. Now there's a couple of ways to go about this. If you're making just a pure edit, then that song like decides the pace, and you have to figure out when you're filming if you're going to have like an intro to that edit. If you've got a film, think about the narrative structure and that kind of thing. You can't just bring clips into Premiere and expect them all to fall into place. When you're doing run and gun, if you think in your head as you're getting these shots, think how you're going to structure it, how you're going to edit the video together. That way when you come in here, you already have an idea of what you want to do, and you don't have to make something then delete it and redo it. Trust me, it happens. But having a rough idea of what you want to do makes your editing much faster. Alright, well that's it for me today. I hope that you've learned something from these 5 tips. I thought that they were a little bit different to what other people say. They're just like, learn this keyboard shortcut, learn this keyboard shortcut, do this, do that, and it's really bland, really boring. Whether this comes from experience. I've been making videos for quite a while now, and it's just little things that you pick up along the way that you didn't know about, and you just wish people told you. Not all of them are Premiere related, because sometimes the biggest time waster is yourself. Alright, well if you gained one little thing out of this video, please leave a like, because then I know that I have done my job properly. Well, it's not my job, I just do this because I want to. But yeah, leave a like, click subscribe if you want to keep up with what I'm doing. I will be making more vlogs, more tutorials, and putting up more edits. There's one currently uploading as we speak, and I will see you. I'll see you in the next video. Catches.